Hi everyone, it's Rob. Welcome back to my apartment kitchen. Today I got this new cleaver and I was going to do something really cool in my wok, but went to the grocery store and lo and behold, pork loin was on sale. So today we're going to do pulled pork, and this is going to be another slow cooker recipe, so you can imagine how exciting that's going to be. So first, just want to talk a little bit about pulled pork in the slow cooker. So we're going to do this one with a dry rub. Now you can do it with a barbecue sauce or something like that too. So with the dry rubs, there's a magic ratio that some guy come up with, and everybody seems to like it. He's become the authority in dry rubs. I've always been one to buck authority, so I'm going to do something completely different. But essentially, it works out to just a ratio of different ingredients in the dry rub. So they call it an 8-3-1-1 ratio, and that's 8 parts of brown sugar, 3 parts of salt, 1 part of chili powder or paprika, and 1 part of whatever custom seasonings that you're going to add to it, usually peppers and stuff like that. So mine's going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be anything like it actually, but I find most of them either too sweet or too salty. Another thing you should be aware of if you're just going out and buying a dry rub to use instead of mixing one yourself is that there's a difference between what they call a dry rub and a spice rub. And the easiest way to tell the difference is just look at the ingredient list. If sugar is the first ingredient, then it's probably a dry rub, and if salt is the first ingredient, it's probably a spice rub. So as you can imagine, to turn a spice rub into a dry rub, all you gotta do is add sugar. So the dry rub that I'm going to use today is actually going to be a combination of 2. It's one that I put together myself. I had a little bit left over, but not enough to do the whole roast. So I've added a spice rub and a bit of sugar to it to balance it out. So slow cooker method, quite simple. Get your slow cooker out, oil the inside surface, add in some onions down in the base so that the meat and that doesn't stick to it, and then apply the dry rub to your roast and cook it for about 8 hours. So I'm going to quickly go through all of those steps for you and give you a few tips on putting together your dry rub. So here you can see we have the pork roast in the slow cooker on top of a nice little bed of onions there, with the cut side up and the entire surface coated in the dry rub. Okay, so that's it. Our roast is in the slow cooker. We're going to put that on high for about an hour just to let everything get heated up. We'll turn it down to the low setting for another 7 hours or so and see if it's ready to go by then. Alright, it's been about 7 hours. I never added any water to this, so this is all liquid that's come out of the roast. So I'm just going to drain some of this off, turn the heat down a bit, and pull it apart. Okay, so most of the liquid was just spooned off, and took 2 forks and pulled this apart. Came apart really easy actually, very soft and tender. And I'm just going to put the lid back on here and let it sit for another half hour or so. Okay, while we're waiting for the pulled pork to finish up, just whip together a little bit of coleslaw here. So if you can find some green cabbage in your grocery store, you can cut that up, add a little bit of red cabbage and some shredded carrot to it, or you can do what I did and just buy a pack of pre-cut coleslaw mix. So here we are, it's our coleslaw all mixed up together.
I've got a bit of saran wrap over it. Just going to put it in the fridge and let this chill for about half an hour, and by then the pork should be ready to go.
Alright, so our pulled pork is finished. Just going to take my ciabatta bun here, dress it up. Got a little bit of lettuce on there to protect the bun, and a little layer of cheese, a couple of forkfuls of pulled pork, and a spoonful of our coleslaw, a little spicy mustard, and we're good to go. Well, that was delicious. I hope you enjoyed it. You can get the full recipe by following the link down below in the description. Press like if you liked the video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel to get future shows. Thanks.